All right, it is Tuesday, April 21st, and I am here with the unbelievable, the talented Joy Behar, the award-winning Joy Behar. Well, all right, so what we've discovered this morning, thanks to the Joy Boys, thanks to the Bry guys, we are officially a People's Voice winner at the 2026 Webbies. We won in the News and Politics individual episode category for an episode featuring you from last summer. And I just want to give a huge thank you to all of our fans, because this literally was voted on by our fans, our people who came out there, and me several hundred times. But
you can vote more than once?
If you have other email accounts, you can do it. But yeah.
But who did we beat?
We beat several people, all very talented. So there's every category has two winners. They have the People's Voice winner, which is voted on by the people.
Yeah.
And then there's a judges panel that votes on the quality of the podcast.
Oh, I see.
We did not win that one. That went to a podcast called...
I don't care about that anyway.
No, you want to win the people.
Yeah.
But it did go to a very wonderful podcast called Question Everything. It's an NPR thing. You'd like it. And then ABC News was up for something in our category too. So I'm very proud. We beat distinguished competition.
Very good.
So that's great. And now, as you said today, you are now an egret.
I'm an Emmy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a
Glad.
Webby.
A Webby.
I'm an Image.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a
Glad.
Glad. So
Yeah.
it's a E-wig.
You're an E-wig.
I'm an E-wig.
Wow. So all this time, Whoopi's been an E-god and getting all that press, but is she an E-wig? I don't think she is a Webby.
I always say, though, the only awards that I appreciate very much are the ones like this. Number one, because the people gave us the award.
Yes.
It means that we're appealing to the peeps,
Yes.
which I appreciate. And the other thing is the NAACP Image Award and the GLAAD Award. Those are the awards that I treasure, because it means you've done something, you've said something over the years that helped a group of people in some way. And I like that.
Well, I'm going to treasure this. And as we've talked about endlessly on this podcast, it's very important for me to win this award.
I know that. I mean, I said he is going to, if I put you a gun to your head and I said, going to your daughter's recital to see them dance or go to the Webby,
you wouldn't need the gun. You wouldn't need the gun. Go to the Webbies.
Right. We were discussing this at lunch.
Yes, I'm very excited about it. Yeah. My daughter's Broadway debut or the Webbies, maybe. We'd have a harder conversation. But
right.
I'm very excited because, I have an Emmy Award, and it means the world to me. I've also won several fantasy football leagues that are very important to me, and I have giant trophies.
All right, this is boring now.
Because it's about me. Well, you have your Emmys. You've won 2 Emmys.
No, I only won 1.
Didn't you win 2? You won 1 for show? Oh, no, you didn't win that one. All right, so you've won your Emmy for host.
Yeah.
Where is it? It used to be on the treadmill somewhere, you said, in your old apartment.
I have it, yeah.
You have it somewhere.
All right, let's change the subject. I'm bored with this.
Oh, fine. Fine. All right. We talked about this yesterday on the show. You weren't here, but we talked about this topic.
What?
Caitlyn Jenner, she spoke out about how President Trump's new passport policies are preventing her from traveling because she can't change.
Oh, Caitlyn.
Yeah, she can't change her gender on her passport due to an executive order that he signed on day 1 of his second term. And now she still supports President Trump.
What does it say on the passport?
It puts her down as a male, and now she's having trouble transferring.
Why can't she change it?
Because legally they are signing your gender at birth on passports.
Oh,
now.
why don't they mind their own business?
Yes, but she's upset about it. The conversation yesterday kind of trended towards be careful what you vote for because there are consequences.
Well, I think she learned her lesson. Look at all these people who are learning their lesson. People are regretting. They have buyer's remorse because they thought he was going to be the anti-war president, and then he's not the anti-war. He's the pro-war president.
But here's my question. Realistically,
yeah.
Even if, like Tucker Carlson saying, I regret helping get Donald Trump elected, the man was never voting for Kamala Harris, so what was he going to do? He's going to stay home? What does it matter?
Better to stay home than to vote for Donald Trump.
Has there ever been a Democrat where you've stayed home for, or anyone that you felt like I
hated LBJ because LBJ escalated the Vietnam War.
Right.
Yeah, that was a Democrat.
Mm-hmm. But you didn't vote for a Republican.
I voted for Michael Bloomberg. He was a Republican.
Right.
I will cross the aisle. But
you voted for Lincoln, and he was a Republican.
I voted for Lincoln. I slept with Lincoln.
Yeah, sure. I mean, how do you not vote for him after that?
Exactly.
Yeah. After he's splitting logs.
And they were saying he was gay.
Yeah.
He was not gay, trust me.
The White House Correspondents Dinner is this weekend, and President Trump is going for the first time as president.
Yeah,
of
I'm
the
not
United
going.
States.
I was invited. I'm not going.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you've turned down a lot of Democrat invitations
That's
as well.
true.
With
The
this.
last one I went to was Obama.
Yes.
Because I really liked Obama.
Was that fun?
It was fun, yeah. It's kind of all right. It's, I mean, I hope that people go to this one, roast his ass. Just roast him. And the journalists who are there that he picks on need to go after him. Don't just sit there. Go after the guy.
I think he's going to have the mic and he's going to hold court is what's going to happen because there's no comedian this time. In the past,
Why is there no comedian?
There wasn't a comedian last year either. So last year I went and there was just a historian that was there. And this year, it's Oz the Mentalist. Remember Oz the Mentalist, the one who read Sarah Haynes' PIN number on live TV?
Oh, that guy.
That guy. So he is going to be the
How did he know her
entertainment.
PIN number?
I don't know.
He must have looked it up.
How could you look it
He
up?
found it somewhere. Don't give me this crap that they know, this whole psychic
No,
conversation.
I'm not saying he's a psychic. I've done some deep dives on this, and I actually have been. I think I know how he did it.
There are
I'm working
tricks.
on it.
It's like all magicians
Yeah, he's a magician.
have
Yes,
tricks. Yeah.
he's a mentalist.
All right,
he
whatever.
doesn't say he has psychic powers. You know who does say they have psychic powers?
Who?
Sonny Hostin.
I know.
Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Sonny Hostin revealed today, 10 or 11 years into this gig.
Yeah.
It's never come up before. She has psychic powers that she
Well,
can.
not only did she say it on the air, but then she sent us a note from her aunt.
She did. I have the note here. I'm going to continue this.
Confirming
Yeah.
that she did that. How old was she? 5 years old?
She was 5 years old. And so basically, again, what I love about Sonny is we do occasionally learn new things about her as time goes on.
Every day we learn something new.
It's fantastic.
Tomorrow she'll be like a ballerina.
Well, no, she is a ballerina.
Oh, she's a ballerina.
She's a classically
already.
trained
That's
dancer.
right.
All right. So this is from her Aunt Inez. I absolutely remember the number thing that Sonny was able to predict the number,
Yeah.
and then they all played it and won. We all played it and went to collect the money from the candy store across the street from where you lived. I could sure use another one of those numbers now. So she's looking for another
Well, let's
round.
see if she can pull it out of her behind now.
I think so.
Yeah, we'll see.
All right. So you've been a talk show host for a long time. You've had these conversations endlessly, it feels like.
Yes.
Do you believe that any of these people we've had on the show have these powers or gifts?
No.
No.
Now, I wrote a play that's in my Bonkers in the Burrows
Yes.
plays collection of 5 plays, each one in a different borough. They're going to be produced in Sag Harbor at the end of the summer. One of the plays is called Get Me Teresa Caputo,
Yes, the Long Island Medium.
the Long Island Medium, because all of a sudden, out of nowhere, the hairdresser has become a psychic. Mm-hmm. It's a comedy,
All right.
as you can imagine. And I make fun of the whole thing. That's my position.
Now, I worked with Teresa Caputo when I was at the Letterman show,
Yeah.
and she did tell me things that in retrospect, that seemed like they came true.
Like
I'll
what?
say. That my sister, who was sick, was going to be fine and was going to
Yeah.
be okay.
Well,
That
she has a 50-50 chance of being right there.
Sure.
I could say the same thing.
You could. No, she
Your
was
sister
positive.
would be fine.
She was going through some infertility stuff, and she was able to have a baby. Teresa Caputo said that would happen. She said she'd marry the guy she just started dating, and she did. It was weird, and she claimed that she was getting this from my grandfather.
Good guesses.
Perhaps.
Yeah.
Now, the other thing that happened, and again, I tend to be negative on this stuff too, but then every
Yeah.
once in a while something happens and I want to believe. Right after my dad passed away, John Edwards was here.
Oh, yeah.
And he offered to meet with me privately and have a conversation and let me maybe get messages from my dad.
And did he?
I didn't do it.
Oh, he speaks to the dead?
Yeah. Yeah. I didn't do it. I might still someday. He gave
Oh,
me a
yes.
cell
John
phone
Edwards
number.
speaks to the dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you liked John Edwards when he was here.
I like him very much. He's
Yeah.
a lovely guy.
Yeah. He called you, you're a skeptic. You told him you're a skeptic.
He
and-
know.
Yeah.
They all know. They don't really want to
Yeah.
be bothered with me because I'm not all in on this.
Yeah. Don't you want it to be true, though, a little bit?
No, I believe in the randomness of life.
Mm-hmm.
I believe in coincidence.
Yes.
I believe in intuition.
But there's a lot
is
of
what I
coincidence,
think we're
isn't there?
talking about here.
I think so. But you write off all coincidence?
No, I just don't think that I don't, people cannot stand that there's no rhyme or reason to being in this planet.
No, I agree.
They want answers that
Yes.
cannot be answered. You want to know something? I am very close friends with a priest.
Yes.
Father Beck
Father
from
Beck,
CNN,
yes.
and also Father Robert, who I call Father Perry Como, because he reminds me of Perry Como. Do you remember Perry Como?
I do.
I call him Father Perry Como. They are the most darling men, and
Yes.
I talk about anything with them.
Do they ever try to get you on their side?
Never.
Never.
Never, because they know I'm a good person.
Yes, you are.
So they don't need to get me on their side. I'm already on their side, or they're already on my side. Although I did ask for absolution recently from a couple of sins I committed over my life.
Oh.
And they gave them to me.
All right, so now, do you believe you need absolution?
No,
or you
but
feel
just
like you
in
just,
case.
Yeah, just in case.
Just in case.
So you're going to do some deathbed confessions before?
I said to Father Beck the other day, when I die, I want you to give me last rites, just in case.
Just in case. Yeah.
Right, in case I'm wrong.
Yeah.
Look, I have I have the fortitude to say that I could be wrong about all this, but you asked me for my opinion. This is what I observed.
Okay. Well, on the psychic front, there's one last note that I saw this morning that I asked them to add to the segment today, and they didn't do it for whatever reason.
What was that?
The New York Post had an article today
These are
about
empty. What's the point?
just to showcase that I have my own mug for the podcast.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't know why they're there. I'd like to fill it with something. This morning we set up with there's a psychic called the Cheese Psychic. Do you know about the Cheese Psychic, the Cheese Witch they call her.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Meet the Cheese Witch. She can read your destiny in a chunk of cheddar. How about that? I think we should look into this.
Well, there have been over the years religious. They've seen a picture of Christ's face in a pancake. Mm-hmm. There's always stuff. There's a lot of stuff like that over the years.
I mean, this woman. I don't know. This woman looks like she's for real.
For real, what?
I don't know. She looks like a cheese witch to me. We're struggling today. It's all right. All right.
What's the matter? You ran out of topics already?
I'm tired. I had a long night. All right.
There
was a story. I have a good story about my night, but I can't tell you because I promised Anna Navarre I'd save it for the Thursday show.
Okay, fine.
There was a story in the Hot Topics.
Like she has her own podcast. She needs material from you.
If you listen to her podcast without me, it's nothing. I'm just telling you. It's just her yapping. She needs me.
Okay.
There was a story. Leave that in. There was a story in the Hot Topics list about how the number of redheads is becoming more common. This is good because I've got redheaded daughters. When I had them, everyone said the redheads are about to be extinct. You love being a redhead.
Yeah, but I'm not. I know that this is shocking, but I'm not a natural redhead.
What?
The collars and the cuffs don't match.
No. Oh my God. It's incredible.
My hair is as dark as yours before it started getting gray. Yeah. I have dark brown hair and dark brown eyes. I'm a color brace.
You know, before I met you, I didn't have a single gray hair. I just want to point that out.
Oh, see, now that is what you call a coincidence.
Yeah, I suppose so. Why did you dye your hair red? What was the choice for you?
Why?
Yeah.
Well, as you get older, your hair has to get lighter.
Yes.
So, like my mother had blonde hair, and my Aunt Sadie had blonde hair. My Aunt Julie had blonde hair. They were not born with blonde hair, trust me. Like I said, we're color brace.
Yes.
And I was starting to get gray hair when I was in my 40s.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I didn't want to be a blonde. Mm-hmm. I look a little bit like a female impersonator with blonde hair. It doesn't work for me.
I thought you were going, there's like the Carol Burnett thing. I didn't know if you were going for like the iconic comedian red hair thing.
No, I didn't think about that, but that's a good point.
Yeah.
But no, so I I wanted to go lighter, but I decided red would be more. And also, I think I have the skin tone for red.
Oh, you look great. I mean, there's no question.
Thank you.
But there are a lot of female comedians with red hair now that I think about it.
Lucy?
You got Lucy, Kathy Griffin, who's going to be on the show this
Kathy,
week.
right. Is she coming on the show this week?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah,
like to
she's
see
great.
her.
And then, so I don't know. There's something, redheads are funny. All right, we had Taraji P. Henson and Cedric the Entertainer on the show today. And you asked Taraji about how Debbie Allen had been guiding her career since she was in college.
Yeah.
Do you have someone like that in your life that kind of...
A mentor?
Yeah, that got behind you and got you where you are?
The only one I can think of is Barbara Walters, really. No, I told this story before, that I was a receptionist at Good Morning America.
Yes.
I made Steve Allen laugh. He said if I had a show, I'd put you on the show. He put me on his show. So that was my first.
I don't think I knew that Steve Allen part. I knew
Steve Allen, yeah.
Really?
I was answering phones, and every once in a while they'd say, Joy, do some research. Find us celebrities' New Year's resolutions. So I called Frank Zappa, and I called Steve Allen. And I asked him about his resolution, and then I said something funny. And he said, you're too funny for the job. And I said, well, I really want to be a comedian. I'm moonlighting as a comic at the clubs. And he said, sell me some of your material. So I did some of my Sadie Catalano material. Did I ever tell you that?
No.
Okay, Sadie Catalano was a character I developed back in the day. She was Italian, gave news in the neighborhood. Only a hail of bullets marred the festivities as wedding bells rang for Conchetta Rose Caratucci, like that.
Yeah.
Former bodyguard Carmine Russo has become a faith healer. There isn't a cripple left in the neighborhood since Carmine has been pronouncing his miraculous words. Walk or I'll break both your legs. Okay, so I did that for him.
That's great.
Yeah. And he laughed out loud. Mm-hmm. And then he said, if I had a show, I'd put you on the show. And soon after that, he had a show, the Steve Allen Comedy Hour.
Right.
Flew me to L.A. I did the bit on the air.
That's unbelievable. Was that
It's
your first time on TV?
Find it.
Yes, I will. Was that your first time on TV?
Yes,
How about that?
it was. It was 1980,
Wow.
I believe. Yeah.
So how did you get Steve Allen's phone number? You just called him at home. They gave it to you, or
Yeah,
what did you do?
I was working at GMA.
Yeah, but you were the receptionist.
Well, they gave it to me because I was supposed. Didn't you hear what I said?
Yeah.
I had the assignment
Yeah.
to find out their New Year's resolutions.
Okay. Even now, I'd have to call publicists and stuff. We don't just call people
Well, you
up.
know what I do on this show.
Yes.
If I have an actor on this show that I think would be good in one of my plays,
Mm-hmm.
I ask them for their cell number, and they give it to me.
Yeah, well, you're famous. It's different.
Because I would never give it out, and they know it.
Mm-hmm.
But I would like to text them first before I go to an agent. You can say no. This is what I write: Dear Harry Fadouche.
Mm-hmm. He's great, by the way. Yeah.
Not as good as Abraham Lincoln, but
No.
still. Dear Harry Fadouche, I have a play coming up. I think you would be great as a gay psychic. Mm-hmm. Are you interested? And if they say I can't, I'm too busy, then I go drop them.
Right. Do you? Who's the most famous name you have in your phone right now?
Robert De Niro.
That's pretty good.
And I don't have Obama. Do I have? But you can always get the president's number though.
Oh, can you?
Not his cell, but you can.
You can get the switchboard.
I think
but-
you can get in touch. I could get in touch with Obama. I think, right? Don't you think?
I don't know. Let's find out. Pull out your phone. What do you got?
I don't have it here with me.
Tell your watch. Call Obama.
I think President Biden said, "Call me if you need me" at one time.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah,
I was
so,
there.
you know,
All right, that's pretty
they can
good.
trust me. I don't give anything out.
I've got Oprah's number.
I have Abraham Lincoln's number.
That's really impressive. You have his number, all right. All right, back to
Oprah.
Yeah, I have Oprah's number. Not because I was calling her.
She
But,
picked Oz and Dr. Phil.
yes.
Both of them are not doing very well.
Well, it depends on your perspective, I suppose. but yeah.
From my perspective, I don't think they're that great. The
yeah.
two of them.
Yeah. Well, she picked some winners too.
And then what about this topic that we didn't do today?
Which one?
About how RFK Jr. is saying it's good to vape
You're obsessed with this
because it prevents you from smoking. Why trade a headache for an upset stomach? He's telling people it's okay to vape because it stops you from smoking. This is the guy that they have in charge of the
It's
health.
the lesser of two evils, I guess, is his argument.
Please.
Yeah.
First of all, vaping and marijuana in general keeps you from doing your schoolwork.
Yeah. Well, there's different kinds of vaping. You can do non-drug vaping too, but it's all bad for your lungs. You can have like flavored
You
things.
mean there's some vaping doesn't get you high?
Yes.
Then what's the point?
And what's the point of smoking? Yeah. Did you ever smoke?
A little. I was never one of those. I've got to get out in the middle of the night and get a cigarette.
No. Just
No.
you did it because the cool
And
kids
I
were doing
spent
it?
years not inhaling, thinking I was smoking.
Yeah, you and Bill Clinton.
Yeah,
Yeah.
me and Bill Clinton.
Yeah.
We have that in common. We didn't inhale.
No. Back to Cedric the Entertainer. He said that when he's on stage doing theater, he feels the same rush as when he's doing stand-up. Now, as someone who's often on stage in front of
Yes.
theater, do you feel the same way?
When I do my show, like I do my first ex-husband,
Yeah.
they're very funny pieces. So the audience laughs. It's the same exact thing,
Right.
and it feels safer.
What if you were doing drama? Would it be the same thing
No,
for
I
you?
never
No.
want to do drama.
Yeah, so it's all
In
the...
drama, you don't know if they're having a good time.
Well,
With
that's
laughing, you know right away if they like it or not in the
well,
comedy.
that's what Cedric said, though. The difference is he can't respond to the audience when he's doing theater. Is that something that
Yeah,
bothers
well,
you?
well,
Or you
I-
kind of can because you're playing almost
I
yourself.
break the fourth wall when I do my play.
Yes,
Because it's monologues.
right. So you can just...
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
And I do. I riff with them.
Yeah, that's fun.
Somebody will get up or somebody will drop something.
Mm-hmm.
My first ex, oh, there he is now, like that.
What about when you're doing the show here? Do you feel like that kind of... Is it feel like stand-up when you're
No.
getting a big laugh here? Is it just
Well, it's
different?
nice. It feels
Yeah.
good to get a big laugh. Today's audience was great. I can only be as funny as the audience allows me to be.
Right.
And this audience really was a good audience, so I was getting a lot of laughs.
Yeah, you said
today.
that on the break. You said it felt a little cheap. They were laughing so hard at everything you said.
They were. They were laughing at everything. But, Taraji and Cedric brought their audience with them.
Yeah. No,
That
that's
helps.
a good
You
audience.
even said if we get the right audiences.
A
then-
lot of times it feels like the audience, and I don't have any data for this, but it feels like a lot of people come for the guests occasionally.
They do a lot.
And sometimes that's great. Like I think Taraji and Cedric
Yeah.
are I think their audience likes The View.
Right.
Sometimes I think there's maybe a different audience that comes for a guest. If it's somebody who's just from a different world than our show is, then and sometimes the energy is a
You
little
mean
bit different.
politically?
Not even politically, but if it's someone for like, let's say it's a comic book movie and everyone's here because they love the guy playing the new superhero.
Yeah.
And then they're sitting here, they've never seen our show before. They're waiting for this guy to come out for the whole thing.
Yeah,
that doesn't
yeah.
work in the same way.
No. You need to correct that.
Yeah. Well, I think, listen, we've got plenty of dedicated View fans that come here every day.
I know.
Yeah. It's amazing. I got recognized on the subway this morning.
Really?
I did.
By your wife?
No. All right. Thank you for joining me today, Joy.
You're quite welcome.
Tomorrow, I'm back with Sarah. That'll be great. This podcast, maybe not going to win an award, but that's all right. That's all right. We've won one already. And you told me you'll go to the Webby Awards with me.
I think so. It depends on when it is.
All right. I think it's coming up. That'll be amazing.
Yeah.
So that'll be good. All right. Thank you, everybody. I'm back with Sarah tomorrow, and we'll see you then.